Welcome back to another in-car car review where we're not in the car and the car is either not out yet or, I just don't have access like that. So I'm either going to watch somebody else review the car, view the car, drive the car, or I'm just going to look online and see what it looks like. So the car we're talking about today that actually completely flew under my radar, which is wild because I love Volvo, I love Polestar, I love the Polestar one, even though it wasn't the best buy. I think it was just like it was a novelty vehicle with some utility, but it definitely wasn't something that like, oh, I need a daily driver car, I should get something practical. And if it has some power, it'll also have some utility, but no, it just wasn't any of those things. It was very much a fashion statement, and it was like the Travis Scott Jordan 4s of cars, pretty much, the Polestar 1. This vehicle from Volvo, however, feels a lot like the Vans Classic Mid-Top, or Vans Classic Pros, or whatever they call them now. They changed the name like a couple times, but the classic Vans. But the classic Vans, that's what this kind of reminds me of. It's workable, it makes sense, it's cost effective, and I could see everyone driving one. It is the Volvo EX30, which is their new electric SUV or electric compact SUV or EUV, EV, ACDC.
You what?
Something like that. Immediately off the bat, it's of the same design culture of most every Volvo that's out right now, with the hammer lights and the same kind of body profile of the XC90, XC60, all that good stuff. It's of the same design culture. What it really looks like to me, honestly, though, is a lot like the new Chevy Bolt refresh. It looks a lot like that. It looks like it might be a little bit bigger. It kind of just looks a lot like that. So to me, it's a better vehicle, a better design, obviously. Same mileage as the current Bolt EV. The Bolt EV has about 260, 270 miles. This one, it looks like from a starting factor, it's going to be about 260, 70 miles for a single motor. There will be a dual motor variant. There will also be an off-road variant, which I'm pretty excited to see what that looks like, because it looks, from the images, it looks like it's actually like what you would want out of people who buy a RAV4 and try to modify it, and they try to like make an overland RAV4. This is like a way better version of that. Now, granted, there is the hang up of it being electric. So, people are a little bit more apprehensive from taking an electric vehicle out into the wilderness, into the woods, because of the fact that they're just like, well, I can't keep an extra battery pack on deck. I don't have like the equivalent of a gas can that I could keep on my car for the electric vehicle. And also, it's more difficult to jump an HV battery or the single motor that's in it than to jump a car when it's dead in the water. Also, the elements kind of interact differently with electric vehicles as they would a motor vehicle, because motor vehicles it's just the mechanics of it. You could just have like an older car that's not going to be as affected by the elements of cold water, ice, all that good stuff. Honestly, it's not a bad vehicle. I'm very, very particular about what electric vehicles I think are even worth the purchase, especially because I think that all of them shouldn't be purchased. I think that there's this huge conspiracy to make, less desirable cars and vehicles with a lot less utility, so people are more sedentary in the way that they're able to move, that they're more limited in their transportation. But that's just my conspiracy theory. Don't worry about it. It won't concern you for the next 5 to 10 years or something like that. Then you'll be worried about it because it'll be happening. For me personally, I still want the Honda EV that is only available literally everywhere else except America. But that's just me. Can't afford to import a vehicle, so I'm looking at these ones. So this one actually starting off at $35,000 MSRP roughly. And as far as I know, Volvo isn't really subject to what a lot of other dealerships are doing, or manufacturers are allowing their dealership partners to do, which is upcharge out the wazoo, place addendums on vehicles, charge you for tint that's already put on from the factory, charge you for a wheel repair package when, your wife's going to curve the wheels and you're not going to repair them anyways because they're not going to cover curved wheel damage. Why are you buying a wheel package? It doesn't cover anything. Don't do it. They get you in a back room and you're getting financing done. Don't buy anything. That'll be a video for a different time. My one reservation about this car might just be the design. It seems a little, without seeing the off-road package, unless, you could find a image of the off-road package here that they're going to be offering. Again, I think it looks pretty promising, but this base model, I think it's priced pretty aggressively for the current car market. If the range is true to form for 270 and it's not more like 220, 230, because these things are hard to gauge, because it's not like a gas tank where the gas tank is filled to this amount, so it will be this many miles that you'll get. A battery changes every day that you charge it. The range changes, whether it's microscopically that you don't even notice, or it's to the point where I used to charge to 99% and it'd get me 270 miles. Now I charge to 99% and it gets me 240 miles. Like, that is a very real possibility, even after just using the vehicle for maybe a couple months. They're so temperamental, these, you know, battery packs for these vehicles, which is why a good battery warranty is essential. Now, if this vehicle has a good battery warranty, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Volvo's warranty is. I know Polestar's warranty is decent. Their cars, Polestar's cars, doesn't have exceptional range because they're kind of just more of like that Polestar 1. Like I said, it's a fashion statement. It's kind of, I could afford one, so I got one. I can afford to drive this around because I only do about 20 miles in a day, so I have this. You know, those are not for your practical customer, for this is my only source of transport, for I'm commuting 60 miles a day one way for work. It's not that person. This might be for that person, or for maybe the young college student, whatever, you know, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. That's pretty excellent. The interior design is Volvo. It's always been Volvo. It's just the same. It's the pretty ergonomic seats. Their seats are one of the best seats that I've ever sat in. Incredible seats. I say the infotainment system is looking a lot like the Ford Mach-E for me, a little too Mach-E for me. Steering wheel looks great. It looks like the gear shift stock is an actual stock on the side, unlike other electric vehicles where it is the little volume switch look-alike on the middle. You can reserve one right now for $500, so if you want to go do that, you can go do that on Volvo.com. I say it's a pretty good buy. I say you're in a better place leasing that future vehicle as opposed to buying maybe a new Model 3 right now. Definitely better than buying an EV6 Kia. Definitely better than buying an Ioniq 6 or Ioniq 5 because Hyundai will be making changes to their electric vehicle lineup very soon, either in the way that they're being produced or the way that they're actually optioning out these cars, because Hyundai is not optioning these cars in a way that's allowing you to get the longevity out of your vehicle, as well as they don't have the infrastructure to support the amount of problems that are going to be arising with their electric vehicle line, unlike other electric vehicle products like with Toyota's line, where they are equipped to handle those things that may or may not go on with their electric vehicles, because they've been handling, you know, really high performing, high operation hybrid vehicles for, you know, the better part of like 4 decades. So, you know, where experience is gonna beat out, you know, enjoyment and you know, oh well, look how good it looks. Look, it's got little squares for brake lights, or it's got like, it looks like Tetris. Like, stop, just stop. Anyways, the EX30, love it or hate it. I kind of hate it, but I love Volvo, so I think I'd consider getting it just because I love Volvo. I love the respect and time that they put behind their vehicles. I don't think that they should be going into the electric vehicle space, but Volvo's made the pledge to go all electric by 2026. I don't know, fact check that here. I don't know when but they made a pledge to go all electric, like their whole lineup. They're like, we're not gonna have any gas powered vehicles. We're going all electric. But then that makes me wonder, what was the point of Polestar then? If we were just gonna go all electric on Volvo, and we have the same design culture behind Polestar, but Polestar is just like the fancier version, I guess, you know, then what are we doing? Then we're doing an Acura Honda situation, or a Lexus Toyota situation, which now, like, you know, every Toyota looks like every Lexus. So, you know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you'd buy it, and let me know if you know anyone who might have it or reserve it, or if they end up buying it, so I can come review it for real.